Over a year ago, I started reviewing movies. This is where it all began. All these movies for throughout the year, and where did it bring me? Back to you. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Yes, the first movie I ever reviewed, however, you wouldn't know that because I deleted the video out of fear. Well, now I'm back. And I'm ready to review Pokemon Detective Pikachu, or Detective Pikachu, once again. And you know, after a year, I think now I could probably put out a better review than I did before. I didn't have a setup. I was sitting on my couch, or a chair in front of my couch, which is now, the chair broke. And I had this sitting on the TV entertainment center thingy. I've come a long way in over a year. I was gonna do something at the 1 year mark, but I forgot, so sue me. So here it is. Detective Pikachu reviewed once again. So, when this came out, I had no interest in seeing it. I mean, I thought it looked interesting. Big Outy Radio called it crap, basically. He says it did. He said the Pokemon looked terrible. He wasn't interested at all. He had no interest. I'm like, okay, fine. I might, though. I never went to see it, though. One reason or another, I never went to see it. So when it came out, though, I did buy it, because if you could at least, might get some enjoyment from my son, you know? And, so, yeah, I watched this. It ended up being my first review I ever did. Wasn't the best, and I'm glad I get to redo it. So this movie is about a young man named Tim, who is informed that his father has passed away in an accident, his father being a detective. While going to his father's apartment, he meets his father's partner, a Pikachu, which only he can understand in English. And now the mystery is trying to figure out what exactly happened, how it connects back to Mewtwo, and what really happened to his father. Is his father dead? Is his father still alive? Who knows? The big hook for this, I remember being, is that Ryan Reynolds was going to be playing Detective Pikachu. And I remember watching the trailer and being like, expecting a Deadpool type. Like, maybe it was a joke, you know? Just to pop out and go, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not Pikachu. Zoom. I'm fucking Deadpool. Something like that, you know? Just a chimichanga. Just, you know, something. But no, he was legitimately, this was a legitimate. And for the most part, I think he does a great job. I think, you know, it's Ryan Reynolds. It's PG Ryan Reynolds. No, it's not like he's his raunchiest. There is some kind of adult humor that for a child, like when Tim says he's best when he's alone, and then the Pikachu says, oh, no, that didn't come out right at all. It's kind of funny, you know. I mean, my generation grew up with some adult humor in kids' TV shows, alright? To this day, they still do that. Maybe not as much as they used to, but that was a big thing back in the day. Ren and Stimpy, anyone? Anyway, so yeah. And, you know, Justice Smith, who plays Tim. Say what you want about his role in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I thought he was okay in that. He was a little annoying, but I thought he was okay. Here, he does pretty good. I think they, you know, picked a good one. I don't know what the scene at the beginning with him trying to catch a Pokemon was supposed to do. Because I remember watching him, like, oh, okay, so the whole thing is he's going to meet this Pikachu. He's not want anything to do with it. And by the end, they're going to be a team. But once we get the twist in here, that scene at the beginning, other than showing that now he has a more respect towards Pokemon than he did before, even though we are shown that he grew up loving Pokemon and he just grew away from it. So maybe now he's closer to Pokemon. That front scene where his friend tries to have him catch a Cubone doesn't really add anything once you throw in a twist. And so, one of the biggest problems I have with this movie is that, okay, so you want to hire someone to play your villain. But you want to have a twist where this guy is the villain, but you want to make it look like he's not the villain and it's someone else as the villain, right? So don't hire someone who's professionally played a villain all the time. It doesn't work. Your subterfuge, your trick, trying to put the twist in, doesn't work when you hire someone like Bill Nighy to play the role of the villain and then try to pass it off that he's the good guy. When you have someone who is typecast as a villain like Bill Nighy is, and you try to say, oh, it's my son Roger, he is behind this. Okay. But then, twist, it's actually him. No shit! Bill Nighy was the villain all along? It's too obvious. It's too obvious. I understand you want someone who could play a good villain. But if you're trying to do a twist where, oh, he's not the villain, and then, surprise, he is the villain, don't hire someone who's infamous for playing villains. I'm just saying. You know? And so that leaves only one real twist. It's actually a pretty good twist. And something I didn't catch till towards the end of the film. And that is what happened to Tim's father. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching this. And the whole thing I'm trying to figure out what happened. Is he dead? Where did his body go? What happened? And we told before that Mewtwo has it. But then when they find Mewtwo, he's taken away, and he's in the middle. He's hiding in the middle of a woods or a mountain area. So where's Harry? Where is he? Well, the twist comes in later, and there's a line of dialogue in which our villain states that Mewtwo can transfer people's consciousness, can fuse people together with Pokemon if the Pokemon are in a heightened state, like in an angry kind of state. Although it doesn't make sense. But once you get to what happened, and I'm like, oh, the Pikachu's his dad. Once I realized that. Once they mentioned that, it took me it even took me a little bit after that. And when he gets ready to explain, I'm like, Pikachu's his dad. And yep, it was. The only problem is that our villain explained that the Pokemon have to be in an agitated state or aggravated, whatever. So that's where they use the R, which is from Mewtwo himself, to put them in an aggravated state. But we are shown that Harry, Pikachu wasn't like that. He was normal. So, my theory is that Mewtwo doesn't need to have them in a certain state. Which kind of throws Clifford's plan out the fucking window, because he uses that aggravated thing to transfer himself into Mewtwo. So once he's Mewtwo, he doesn't need to have the R. Because that's what I'm thinking, is that Mewtwo himself doesn't need to use the R, because the R comes from him. So he can just do it himself. So Clifford's whole plan to harvest this R from Mewtwo is a complete and total waste of time, because he doesn't need it. That scene that we see at the end, the flashback, shows us that Mewtwo himself does not need the R to put the Pokemon in that kind of state. He can just do it himself and fuse them together. So the R, which is a plot point throughout the entire damn film, is completely useless because Mewtwo doesn't need it. It's just a MacGuffin throughout the film. A few more things before I end this is that I'll talk about the character of Lucy. She's played by Catherine Newton, I know her from Supernatural and Paranormal Activity 4. I think she's fine in this. I think she's pretty good. She's a wannabe reporter, and by the end, I think she kind of gets her wish. Except for, we don't ever follow up with that. She's like, I gotta do this, and they go. And she even says to meet her there. But then, like, we cut to Ryan Reynolds as the father talking with Tim, and then they end with him saying, oh, I'm gonna stay here for a while. Okay, but what happened with Lucy? You had this whole, romance between them throughout the film, and it's like they deleted something here. Like, there needs to be another scene. It's just gone. I don't know. But overall, I enjoy this film. I think it's just, if you turn your brain off, it's a fun little romp. Watch it with the kids. I think they'll have a good time. I think there's some fun. There's some fun stuff in it. And, I give it a 7 out of 10. I don't know what I gave it before. Can't look back. I give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a decent film. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds has never done anything bad. Never done a bad movie in his entire career. I mean, never. Never, ever, ever. He's never done a bad movie. No. No, no, no. No. No, 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 no,